All right, guys, we're here for the second half of today's podcast, Sunday, August 18, 2024. I don't even think I read the date in the first one, by the way, but it was Sunday, August 18, 2024. I think it's like the fourth or fifth year we're doing the podcast. That's crazy, Marcel. Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun, right? All right, yeah. UFC Vegas 96 preview. We'll also talk about PFL 9 and Dana White's Contender Series 68. We'll do those, but we'll get into – we'll not waste any time. Let's just get into the preview for UFC Vegas 96. All right, so your overall thoughts on this card. 11 fights, Marcel, 9 fights plus the 2 tough finales. What do you think?
It's okay. There are some fun fights on it. There are some less fun fights on it, I think.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much where I'm at, too. I'm hoping it'll be better than that, but probably not. I mean, it'll probably end up being a 6 out of 10 card. But we'll see. I mean, like, those tough finale fights might end up being better than we think, so we'll see. All right, guys, we're going to work our way from the bottom, work our way up. Using UFC stats, there are 2 tough finale fights that aren't listed. One of them they've announced, the other one they haven't yet, so we won't spoil that for you. We won't put it in here, but we'll put the one that we do have. All right, start with the first fight of the night. Wang Cong taking on Victoria Leonardo. Marcel, odds for this one. We have a huge favorite here. Cong is minus 850. Leonardo plus 575. I'll just start with this one. The books opened Leonardo as the favorite, and it's completely flipped, obviously. I mean, that was a terrible opening line. And, I mean, Cong wins this easily. Victoria Leonardo is one of the worst fighters in the UFC women's divisions right now. This is an easy fight for Wang Cong. I know she's only got minimal experience, but been kickboxing a long time. Beat Valentina in kickboxing. Looked really good on Road to UFC, right? She submitted that girl, so she's also got some submissions. I think she's an interesting prospect. This is the perfect fight for her because she's new to the UFC. She's fighting someone who she should beat, and I think she does win. I'm 100% sure she wins this fight. I think she finishes this girl in probably the first round, maybe second round. Victoria, I'll give her some credit. She's pretty tough. She fought with that broken arm in that one fight, but I think she gets finished, Marcel. I'm pretty confident she gets finished. What do you think?
Yeah, Wang is going to win, dude. I'm very far from impressed by Leonardo, to be honest. Cong or I think Cong is her last name and Wang is her first name. So no, Wang is her last name and Cong is her first name. That's how it is. So I think Wang will win the fight. I also think she will finish Victoria Leonardo, dude. So yeah, I'm picking
Victoria's been knocked out a bunch of times. I think she gets knocked out again here, and she actually has been knocked out 3 times with head kicks. So that'd be interesting to see if Cong can knock her out with a head kick. But yeah, I'm like 100% confident she wins. Oh yeah, the Wu Yanan win isn't. Listen, I know she got cut from the UFC, but that's a nice win for someone with, again, minimal experience. She did beat Leonardo, or Mandy Bohm, but Bohm is terrible. I'm sorry, Marcel. I know she's your girl, but she's not good.
Why is she my girl?
Isn't she she's German, isn't she, or something?
Yeah, but I'm not German, dude.
Well, you said you speak
it. I've nothing against German, but
last podcast you said you speak it, so I'll get it counted. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one here.
I mean, so everybody who speaks English is also your girl. Okay, good to know.
Absolutely. We don't count Victoria though. We don't claim her. So just like we don't claim Jerry Vallel here in Canada, we do not claim that guy. Go to the next fight here. We got Josiane and Nunes taking on Jacqueline Cavalcanti, women's bantamweight fight. I think this fight could be decent. I mean, they're both strikers. Minus 192 for Jacqueline Cavalcanti, plus 160 for Josiane Nunes. Should be a good fight, I think. I think they're both going to stand and strike, so I don't see much takedowns in this fight. Hopefully, unlike that Chandler-Nunes fight, which was awful. I think Cavalcanti wins the decision here, Marcel. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Josiane, I just still feel like she's dropping down a weight, because even in this fight, she's giving up 6 inches of height, and she has the Reese disadvantage again, taking on a younger fighter who was extremely impressive in their debut. One thing I will keep in mind, MMA math doesn't always play up, but they did both fight Zara Farron, who's not good, by the way. But Cavalcanti had sorry, Marcel?
Legend.
Yeah. Cavalcanti had a convincing win, whereas Nunes had a close fight with her, right? So, I don't know, just something to keep in mind. I was a little higher on Nunes a few years ago. I feel like as time goes on, I'm not as high on her anymore. I think Cavalcanti wins the decision here. What do you think?
Yeah, man, like I said, they both beat the legend Zara Farron. So, it is a difficult fight, man, because I got to say I wasn't really impressed by Cavalcanti against Farron, to be honest, and also not by Nunes. The thing is with Nunes is she's just way too short for this weight class, man. I mean, it was fun as long as it lasted, but she should go down. And even, listen, is bantamweight. I think she even short for strawweight, man. Not gonna lie. So
how was she fighting at 145? That is so crazy to me.
I have no idea, dude.
And she knocked out Bea Malecki at I think it was at 145, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Bea Malecki's worse than Sarah Fern. So, yeah, I'm going with Cavalcanti here. I think she wins, but I think it will be a close fight, man. I feel like it's a pick-em pretty much. You know?
By the way, I just double-checked. It was the Malecki fight was actually at 135, so that fight was at 135. But like the Ramona Pascual fight was at 145, so it's something to keep in mind. By the way, we got Anton in the chat. You missed the first breakdown. No worries, man. We understand. Yeah,
we understand, Antoine, but don't let this happen again, please. Okay, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh God. Anyways, but again, it's another example of the UFC. They match up fighters who fought the same opponent. They've been doing that a lot lately. Eh?
They do that all the time, dude.
Yeah, they really do. They've been doing that a lot.
Chris Weidman, Bruno Silva, Brett Tavares, you know.
Yep. Slava Borshchev taking on James Llontop. I think I pronounced it right, didn't I? I think I got it.
Sexy, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Minus 250 for Slava Claus, plus 205 for Llontop. I mean, the odds are a little high, I feel like, on Borshchev, or Borshchev, I should say, right? I do favor him, Marcel, because of the experience. I mean, he is a good striker, obviously. We see him get some knockouts in the UFC. He's looked really good at times against Meerschaert and some other guys. But, boy, the last fight against Chase Hooper looked horrible. It was about as one size it gets. And he has only won one of his last 5 fights. So the odds are really high here. And I know that the Llontop guy had that crazy upset loss against Chris Padilla, but before that had a nice little run going there. I kind of feel like he's being a little bit overlooked here, Marcel. I mean, like, I'm going to pick Borshchev because of the experience, and I feel like he is better than what he's shown lately, but I'm not confident at all in this one, man. So I feel like it could be an upset, to be honest with you. What are you thinking?
Yeah, also favoring Borshchev purely because I think that the danger of being taken down is not as high as against Hooper, for example, you know.
But he got dropped against Hooker, which worries me too, right?
Yeah, I know, but then Hooper also not even had the striking against him, but he also had the grappling. I don't think James Llontop has that grappling. Yeah, I fucked it up. Yeah, there you go. No, I'm also with Borshchev here, man.
Yeah, you have the same pick.
But it's a risky pick, I think.
Minus 250 though seems really high to me, man. I mean, I'm almost talking myself into the Llontop guy. I think he has a chance, but honestly, Antoine, we both gave it a 6 out of 10. That's kind of what we're thinking for this fight. Like Kurt, so Josiane Nunes versus Jessica Andrade. Yeah, Andrade is also short, but like she's way better.
I think True loves to see that in a mud wrestling competition or something, you know.
Send those pictures in Discord. Wait till they have the Josiane Nunes OnlyFans.
Let's don't.
All right, let's go to the next fight here. We got Jose Medina, a guy who should not be in the UFC, taking on Zachary Reese. Did you notice they changed his name on UFC Stats?
They did?
Yeah, it's Zachary now. It's not Zach anymore.
It was also Zachary when he fought. What did he fought last time when he knocked out early?
Julio Marquez.
Yeah, that was also Zachary.
Okay, there you go. So I didn't notice it, but anyways, I'm gonna call him Zachary now just because I see that here. Odds for this one, he's a big favorite, man. He's minus 380. Medina plus 200. So the only. Okay, I mean, I'm picking Reese. Obviously, I mean everyone's going to pick him, right? But the only thing that's worrying me, Marcel, is like, what happens if he doesn't finish it? Like, this Medina guy is pretty tough, and he is dropping down in weight, and now he has an actual like fight camp. This guy should not be in the UFC. I mean, let's be honest, he shouldn't be in the UFC. It's just there's some question marks here for me. Like, it's a weird one for me. I'm definitely picking Zach Reese. I think he probably finishes this dude. He might even submit him because he has been submitted before this guy. So I guess I'll lean submission. I think he could talk about, but I'm just saying, like, what if he doesn't win in the first round? Because almost all of Reese's wins, actually all of his wins are first round. What if he doesn't win in the first round? Right? What do you think, man?
Bro, come on, man. You know I'm fat. I'm not picking against a guy whose name is Reese. You know, obviously.
Reese's peanut butter.
Yeah, obviously I'm picking Reese here. I think almost.
I thought you were actually going to take the fat guy who used to be fat in Medina. He's not fat anymore.
No,
he's not fat anymore. He's in shape now.
Yeah, good for him, man. But he's still not going to win.
Does he deserve a UFC contract? Yes or no?
No, of course he didn't. You know, I didn't like it at all. I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong. I wish everybody the best, but now, man, Reese going to win. How should I say it? Reese going to melt him. Chocolate. Yeah, Reese is going to win.
Seeing where he's training at, he's all right. So he looks in good shape. I mean, he's definitely lost some weight, no doubt about it. But he should lose. It's just I don't know. -380 seems a little high on Zachary. I don't know. He probably finishes him in the first round, so it's like whatever. Yeah, I mean, he probably is a lock, but I hate using that word. Yeah, the meme against that Brundage thing is crazy. Medina should not be. To be honest with you, Dana does these pity contracts. Like, do you think Bruno Lopez was a pity contract?
Yeah. What about Jamal Pokes?
Yeah, he's like, oh, the guy was crying, and I feel bad for him. He's gonna get fight in UFC. But Jamal Pokes is pretty good. Like, let's be fair. Like, he's not. He is. Jamal Pokes is more UFC caliber than this guy. Don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Jamal Pokes beat Thomas Peterson. Like, who's not bad.
You mean Thomas Jefferson?
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. All right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. We're just moving down the card. We got 4 in. We got 7 more to go. Next fight, we have the featherweights. This is the featherweight. This is the prelim main event, I guess.
Yeah.
You want to call? Wow, I'm surprised by that. Danny Silva taking on Dennis Buzukja. A little surprised at the featured bout, but Danny Silva -245. Dennis Buzukja +200. You know what I was thinking about? There's another guy. Who's the guy named Danny? Was it Danny Martinez, the Gremlin? Do you remember that guy?
Yeah.
The Gremlin? Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I get this guy's confused, even though they're different weights. But yeah, Danny Silva is a big favorite here. I mean, he should win the fight. He obviously is coming off that win over, Kulibao, which was a close fight, but he got the win. And they had that fight against the Angel Pacheco guy, or Angel Pacheco, wherever you want to pronounce it. But pretty crazy fight, right? It was a war. Gets signed off that. And then takes on Buzukja here. I feel like Dennis is a little better than his UFC record saying, Marcel, to be honest. This is another fight where I'm like, he should win, Danny Silva. But, like, again, I feel like the odds are a little hefty. Buzukja's been around a while, man. He's fought Contender a bunch of times. He's 1-2 in the UFC, but, Emmers is good, and so is Woodson. So you saw more of what he could what he could show against Connor Matthews, the controller. Won a bonus in that fight, well deserved. I mean, this is a guy who's been grinding for years to get to the UFC. He fought Contender, was it 3 times, Marcel? 3 times? No, twice.
Well, Buzukja twice against Melsick and against
Caio Romero.
Romero, yeah.
I think he's an okay fighter. Like, I don't think he's a scrub. I don't think he sucks. He's 26 too. He's kind of young. Danny Silva, the health Danny Silva, 27. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to pick Silva, but, like, honestly, man, like, I think this fight's a little closer than the odds are getting. And maybe I'm wrong. What do you think?
I think it's a close enough fight, but I'm also picking Silva here, man. Silva has been impressive to me so far. I got to say, man, the Buzukja isn't bad, I always liked him. Also, before he came into the UFC, I always thought, like, it was a matter of time before he was going to sign. It took some time, but he's here now. Probably needs to win, man. He's 1-2 in his last 3, so he probably his last fight on his contract. But still, I'm picking Silva here. I think Silva wins the fight. Decision or? Yeah, decision.
Question from Antoine: do you guys think Dennis has real knockout power, or is Connor Matthews not that good? What do you think of the controller?
He's decent, he's decent. But the thing is, like, he was also a Contender, and it was also like they were not sure if they were going to sign him or not.
He fought that guy. What's that guy's name?
The Fighting Nerds guy.
Oh yeah, he fought twice, right? I was thinking that that Francis Marshall guy. Didn't he fight?
Yeah, he lost against that one. Yeah,
it was a crazy fight too, right? Yeah. Who was the Fighting Nerds guy he lost to?
Jair or something.
That guy's good though, right? Isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was undefeated when he fought him. I think.
Yeah. Anyways, I just getting back to this fight. Like, I feel like the odds, like some of these fights, the odds are a bit elevated in some of these fights, guys. Like, for me, like, I don't know, like Barshchev -250, this guy -2, like, I don't know. Even Reese, like, I know you guys are saying Reese is going to walk through the guy, but for me, it's I'm still not sure what happens past the first round. Again, when he fought Tulio Marquez, I picked him in that fight. He was like -110, or he was actually a +100 dog. By the way, there's that Yair Farias guy, and he beat him. I don't know why I said he lost. Yeah, that guy's not bad, though. Anyone from Fighting Nerds is pretty fucking good. All right, let's go to the next fight, Marcel. We'll go to the main card, guys. We have an okay main card. I think we got some fun fights on here. Opening up the main card, we got Edmen Shahbazyan taking on Gerald, GM3 Meerschaert. -325 on Edmen, +260 on Gerald. Thoughts? I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Hello.
Yeah, you're good. Go, tell me.
It seems high, because we know. Listen, man, I like Edmen a lot. You know that, but his gas tank has always been an issue. And GM3 can go 3 rounds. Same thing. I think Edmen has a chance to knock him out early. If Edmen doesn't stop him in the first round, I would favor Meerschaert. So I would say, like, if this fight goes over 1.5, I might favor Meerschaert. But if it goes by finish, probably Edmen can clock him. So my pick will be Edmen, but I can see a way for Meerschaert to get a win here.
I'm taking Gerald. I'm going to pick him.
Nice.
I'm going to take a shot on him. I honestly think he can win this fight, guys. Like, Edmen still to me is a front runner. He's the guy that can win in the first round. And I know he's looked better. He's won 2 of his last 3, but I don't really trust him in this matchup. Like, Gerald's, I know he doesn't have the best chin. He might get knocked out. He's also 36. I get it. It's scary, but he's still a great wrestler, man. He's still a great submission guy. One of the best submission guys ever at middleweight. Like, one of the best guys ever in this division. I honestly think if he survives the first round, he wins this fight. Like, I actually think he can come back and either ground and pound Edmen from back mount or take a rear naked choke. I think Edmen might get tired again, like and look like that Derek Brunson fight. Like, to me, Gerald's still a good fighter. He's also training at a great camp. Gerald's a beast, dude. He trains at Killcliff, Marcel. He's with, and I know Edmen's at Extreme. He's with great fighters too, but so is Gerald. And everything I hear from Gerald, it's like this guy gives people that are younger than him still hard work in the gym. I'm not ready to write off Gerald Meerschaert. To me, I'm surprised by these odds. Like, I think he has a really good chance of winning. I really do, guys. So, plus 260 on Gerald Meerschaert, I'm taking him. I'm taking a shot. I'm doing it. I think his ground game is not good, Edmen's. Obviously he's got the hands. He might knock him out. It's possible, obviously. Edmen could knock him out, for sure. Can he retain the bright prospects? He's only 26, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. But again, I still don't trust his ground game, dude. I really don't. I don't trust him right now, so I'm going to take a shot on the dog. I think it was my first dog pick of the night, so there we go. Go to the next fight here, guys. We have Michael Morales taking on Neil Magny. I thought this was co-main event, by the way, and they switched it. Now it's like second on the main card or so, this fight.
No, it never was a co-main event. For some reason.
Hill and Ricci, always? Okay.
Yeah. For some reason. I think it should be, but
I think so too. I just assumed it was. Anyways, I mean, Morales is minus 675, plus 490 on Magny. I'm picking Michael Morales, but these odds are pretty fucking crazy now. Like, he opened at minus 218, guys, so the odds are just elevated like crazy. Like, I think he wins, but like, I think most people thought that Mike Malott would beat Neil Magny too. Now, Morales is probably a little bit more well-rounded, has a better gas tank. That's why I like him. Also, his wrestling's pretty good too, and his striking's obviously good. There's just a lot to like about Michael Morales. I think he's legit. I think he's like the future of this division, so I'm picking him. But it's like pretty disrespectful against Neil Magny too, isn't it, Marcel? Like, Morales is good, but man, I mean, almost minus 700 against a guy who has been in the UFC forever and has pulled off so many upsets. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy too. Still picking Morales. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely picking him here. But what do you think?
Yeah, man. I think I'm also picking Morales here. Although, gotta say, man, the odds are pretty crazy in my opinion. Because Magny is super tough. We saw him against Mike Malott. He was getting beat up, and then he still came back out of nowhere in the last minute of the third round. At the same time, I think Morales has proved that he is pretty good also in the later rounds. We saw him against Max Griffin. That was his real first test, in my opinion. He passed that test. So, I'm picking Morales here. I think he wins the decision.
Yeah, me too. And that's the scary thing, though. We're both going to pick my decision. That means the judges have to get it right. So that's the only thing I'm not really necessarily worried, but it's just like you got to keep that in mind. He probably won't finish this fight. He could, but probably not. So, all right, we'll go to the next fight here, Marcel. This is a tough finale fight, middleweight fight, right? Robert Valentin against Ryan Loder.
Yeah.
The odds are out for this fight. We have Valentin is favored. Pull it up here. I saw the odds earlier. Sorry. Oh, they don't have them here. Okay, what's that? I saw them on another website though. Valentin. Oh, here we go. Minus 155 Valentin, plus 135 Ryan Loder. You want to give me your thoughts, and I'll give you my.
No,
thoughts.
you can go first.
So I watched Tough today. I watched all the fights. I skipped through all the other shit. I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch the.
Yeah.
Did you watch the fights? Tough?
No, I also skipped all the stuff and watched the fights.
You did watch the fights, though?
Yeah.
What did you think of the fights this season?
Pretty okay. You know,
I think they were pretty good, dude. Like,
yeah.
honestly, I think they were better than I thought. Like,
thing is, like, it's so difficult to measure these two against each other. That's why I want to hear what you have.
This is a tough fight to pick, I think. I actually think both guys are pretty good. What do you think? Do you like them both? What do you think?
I like them both. I think Robert Valentin is a little bit more flashy. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
But
give me your pick. I want to hear your pick before I give mine. What's your pick?
Kind of not really the same, but it kind of feels like Gaslam Hall. You know what I mean? That Hall was a super flashy guy, and everybody was thinking, "Oh, he's gonna win for sure." And then Gaslam wins, and I feel the same way here, man. I think Robert is super good, fun to watch, you know. But I feel like Ryan Loder is probably going to win the decision, man. That's what I think.
It's a tough one, man. Honestly, it's tough because I'll give my honest thoughts are, I thought Ryan Loder would win because of the wrestling. That was my thoughts. And then I'm watching the fights, and Valentin, like you said, flashy, but the guy's a beast, dude. He's a fucking monster. He kind of reminds me of Yuri a little bit, like not as good as Yuri, but a little bit like Yuri, kind of crazy in a good way. And the thing is, like, his grappling is pretty good too. Like, that's the thing. I went on YouTube and watched like 10 of his fights today. He's got pretty good grappling. He did get out wrestled in one of his losses, but it was like 5 years ago. So his ground game could be the question mark here, but I don't know. I mean, the thing about Loder is he only has like 3 years of experience. Like, he doesn't have much experience. I think Loder's a good wrestler, and he's got some ground and pound, but I also feel like Valentin is really strong too. And I wasn't sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like it's kind of a coin flip fight, so I understand why. Because the odds actually opened Valentin as a bigger favorite, and now it's come down. I get that. I'm kind of leaning Valentin a little bit, Marcel, to knock him out, maybe. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he can knock him out. I think the guy's pretty good, honestly. I think they're both pretty good. Like, I think they're both good signings for the UFC. Ryan Loder's got a lot to like him. I'm D1 wrestler. I mean, he's training with Uriah Faber at that camp with Fluffy Hernandez and all those guys, so great camp. But again, Robert Valentin's got that craziness about him that you gotta love too, and a lot more experience. Been an MMA fighter for like 5 years longer. So Valentin, I think both these guys are going to be in the UFC. That's my thoughts. So I want to hear your thoughts, man. I'm just glad to hear it. I mean, we can't talk about the other fight because they haven't announced the other winner. I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know who it is. So I don't know. I think he probably knocks him out too, but I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting fight. Ryan was in Uriah Faber's A1, right? That was his promotion. Yeah. Morales. Morales safe point fighter. Yeah, he kind of is. Yeah, Renat should have got a ranked guy too. I agree. I like Robert a lot, dude. I think he's. I'll be honest. I'm going to be complete because I didn't watch the show until like today, basically. When you tweeted this out last week, I was like, "Who the fuck are these guys? Who the fuck is that guy?" Right, like Conor McGregor. What do you say, Stevens? Who the fuck?
Who the fuck is that guy? Yeah,
that's what I thought. I was like, "Who are these people?" I didn't know who they were. And then I'm like, "Oh, it's Tough Finale."
Yeah.
But actually, I think they're both good prospects. There's Loder again, good wrestler.
You was like, "Fuck!" He spoiled it for me.
I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie. I was fucking
serious. I'm serious.
Yeah, I was a little pissed. I mean, because you couldn't wait, but you're the first guy to tweet about it. Let's be honest. But again, at the same time, I know that I'm assuming you got the UFC's schedule for the card last night, and you knew they were going to announce it. I'm assuming that's what happened.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it was I waited for I think 36 hours. So.
You did. That's why I wasn't pissed, because I was like, you know what? He waited an extra day. But you were fucking trying to spoil me the whole time, you bastard. So
should I tell you what's the next episode?
Someone's going to spoil it in the chat now because you. Anyways, yeah. I mean, it's not a spoiler anymore because it's aired. But yeah, don't tell me the other one. We'll have it Wednesday. We're not going to make our pick on the show. We'll have it on MMAOddsmaker.com on Saturday. Brian will post it, so we'll have our pick then. All right, let's go to the next fight here, Marcel. We have the co-main event, which is an interesting fight. We got Tabatha Ricci taking on Angela Hill. Odds for this one are close. Angela Hill is a slight favorite, I believe. Yeah, minus 115. Ricci minus 105. I'll be honest with you, man. Like, if you asked me this like a year ago, I would have picked Tabatha Ricci. But I'm picking Angela Hill now, and I feel good about it too, which is crazy. Because, like, even though she's 39, dude, she's fighting, like, at such a high level right now. And she's improved everywhere in her game. Like, her striking's always been pretty good. But now her striking's, like, even better. And her grappling is what's really surprised me. They submitted Pinheiro super, super impressive. Ricci, I don't think she won that fight against Torres or Pennington, I should say. The Godinez fight, I mean, that was pretty close. But, like, to me, Baby Shark is, obviously a great grappler, but doesn't really have finishing ability at the UFC level. And then with her striking, it's still very rudimentary to me. I don't think it's that good. I think Hill is way better striker. So Ricci does have a path that she could hold Hill down, but I don't think it happens. I am looking now. She did fight Penne, which is Hill's best friend. Their BFF. She does that podcast with her, Two Straws podcast. So that's interesting. They did fight because I'm sure they've she was in camp for her last year and when she lost to her. But I just feel like Hill's way better than Jessica Penne. I think Hill wins the decision here. I'm not even going to overthink it. I think Hill wins the decision. What do you think?
Yeah, we have the same pick. I'm also on Angela Hill here. I think she has been looking good lately. And let's be honest, man, even if she loses, she always makes it competitive, And to be really honest, if you look at Tabatha Ricci in the last couple of fights, I wasn't really that impressed, to be honest. Doesn't mean that Ricci cannot win here. But, I'm going with Angela as well. I think she wins the decision here. She wins at least 2 out of 3 rounds, in my opinion.
Yep. I agree. All right. Antoine, to answer your question, we're going to do contender after this one. Dirty Reg, by the way, he's in the chat. He really likes Tabatha Ricci. I'm not so sure, man. I mean, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong because we haven't seen the fight yet, but I'm not so sure. All right, let's go to the main event. I should say Caio Borralho taking on Jared Cannonier. Odds for this one are Borralho, minus 205 favorite. So money's coming in at him. Cannonier plus 170. I mean, it's a good fight. I like the matchup a lot. I think it's a well-matched fight. Cannonier, he's not out of the fight. I mean, he definitely could win, but at the same time, like, I'm super high on Caio. I can't pick against Caio, Marcel. That's the problem here, right? Like, I think it's a good fight. I like the matchup a lot. I think it's a fair fight. I think Cannonier's definitely a good fighter, and I like him a lot, but I also feel like Caio is like the new breed of this division. And again, the fighting nerds are such a bunch of beasts. I think it's going to be a competitive fight. I think it probably goes 5. Caio's going to be tested like he never has, but I think he wins the decision. What do you think?
I'm also on Caio here, man. I think Caio can implement his game plan, probably put some grappling in with the striking. Cannonier is getting older. I still give him a lot of respect. I think Cannonier is a great fighter, but at the same time, I'm with you, man. I also cannot pick against Caio Borralho. I think Caio Borralho is one of the better prospects in the division, although he's also past 30 already, but he's pretty good. I'm also on Caio here, man. I'm fully with you.
There we go. So we have almost all this, not all the same picks. We have 2 different ones. I took Edmen, or sorry, I took Gerald, and I should say Marcel took Edmen. And the other fight, I took Valentin, and Marcel took Loder. So that's the 2 picks we have differently. But overall, Marcel pretty similar with our picks to this card. So we'll see what happens, guys. And also, like, it is worth mentioning, like, Cannonier technically got finished, but he did take some damage, regardless of like the stoppage, because I think it was a horrible stoppage. Like, he did take damage before that, and he's coming back. Was it 2 months later? Basically 2 months later. So something to keep in mind. All right, let's go to the next card, Marcel. We're going to do PFL really quick. Marcel, get your thoughts. I'm not even going to pull it up. I'm just going to ask your thoughts on the fights. Okay? How about that?
Perfect.
All right, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I mean, I'm going to watch it, but I don't care about it that much. All right, let me see here. All right, we got main event. Guy that the UFC passed on. Where is he? Brandon Loughnane, minus 345. Kai Kamaka, plus 275. I think Loughnane wins the decision. What do you think?
Probably, but I would love to see Kai win.
Magomed Umalatov against Neiman Gracie. Magomed, minus 1,200. He destroys Neiman Gracie, who shouldn't be.
Yeah, if Magomed wins.
Timur Kids, we have minus 485 against Gabriel Alves Braga. I think Timur wins.
Yep.
His brother's in the UFC, right? That's another brother combination, right?
I don't know if that's his brother, alias Cap.
Brothers. That guy that's in the UFC. What's his name?
Alias Cap.
They're not brothers? I thought, for some reason, I thought they were.
I'm not sure.
Could be. All right. Maybe I just made that up. Shamil Musayev, rematch with Murad Ramazanov, minus 250. Shamil. I mean, we just saw this fight and destroyed him, so he has to win this fight, right? You think?
Yeah, Musayev. I've been on high on him since I saw him in KSW, dude, so yeah.
Mohamed Bakura, Bear Kamov, minus 455. Ray Cooper, plus 350. Does Ray Cooper have a chance?
He got a chance. He got a knockout chance, but I'm going with the Berkamov, man.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, and again, mostly PFL favorites win. Barzola versus Tyler Diamond. Any thoughts on that fight?
Ooh, I mean, Tyler Diamond has. I remember when he was in Tough, man. He was
He was in
actually.
the UFC. He fought once in the UFC.
Yeah, he fought Bryce Mitchell, right? And he lost the majority decision. I think he's pretty decent, man. He has definitely a chance to win against Barcelona.
I think he's going to win. Win.
Yeah.
Zach's boy, Jose Perez against Jesse Stern. Perez minus 200. He should win, right?
Yeah, I think so, man. And we cannot pick against Zach's boy, so we have
no. Luca Pocklet minus 300. He should win too, right? It's Eric Alequin. He should win.
Not a crazy submission, probably. Yeah.
And then Byron Zucker minus 200 against Maricali Alves. I think Zurcher, he wins. He should win.
Yeah, he should win. Yeah.
He had that crazy fight last. Yeah, it was that crazy knockout. He's pretty decent. All right, there we go with that. We're gonna do contender series really quick. I'm not even gonna pull it up, Marcel. I just want to go through them really quick.
Okay.
I'm spending a lot of time on this, so.
Well, two Canadians, dude.
Yeah, I know. I know. All right, Pat Pitt or picked the wrong one. I picked contender series last year by accident. I went to pick this year, week 2. All right, Pat Pitlick taking on Andreas Gustafsson Bain. Minus 278 for Gustafsson, plus 225 for Pitlick. I mean, obviously, you know I want Pitlick to win, but yeah, I don't like the fight for him, to be honest. And then Gustafsson probably wins. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, I would think so, but I don't think it's like a 100% sure thing, man.
The odds are a little wide. I agree with that. Rizvan Kuniev against Hugo Connor. I mean, Rizvan is minus 500. He should win, right?
Man, Rizvan is that guy who fought in the contender series, I think, earlier, and he had that really like boring.
It was such a bad fight. It was so bad. He did finish the fight too, but it was just like, ugh, right?
Yeah, it was just a boring. Well, he got a win over Ferreira recently.
I know,
right?
that's the thing. Everyone's forgetting about that, by the way.
But he tested positive for anabolic.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's been getting a shot in the contender because he tested positive. But I guess they gave Khalil Roundtree a title shot, right?
Right. I wanted to say that. Yeah.
They don't even give a fuck anymore. They don't even care, bro.
They don't give a shit. Yeah, indeed. I'm going with Kuniev, man. Yeah.
Cortavius, are you not entertained? Romeus against Michael Imperado. By the way, that is probably one of the best nicknames in the sport, I would think.
Yeah.
Minus 270 on Cortavius, and I think he wins.
Oh, man. Imperado isn't bad. I think Imperado is a pretty fun fighter
to watch. You're going to pick him? Take him.
Ooh. Actually, you know what it is, man. I've seen an interview with Cortavius Romeus last time with James before his Tavares fight, and Cortavius said like he asked for some time off from work to prepare for the fight, and then they just how do you say that they when you let somebody go, they immediately fired him. Yeah,
that's crazy.
So. Yeah, that's crazy to me as well. So I hope for him he does it. But man, Imperado isn't bad, and I was pretty impressed by Imperado's win over Bandejas last time.
Yeah, that's a nice win for sure.
Yeah.
On Unified.
Probably Romeus, but I think it's a fun fight.
Torres Finney, huge favorite of Cam Rouston. That's one of those guys from Australia. Excuse me. I like Finney though in this fight.
Finney should have got a contract last year, man, when he fought against Yuri Panforov and he got the submission win. So yeah, Finney for me here as well.
And then Cody Haddon against Billy Brand. I guess the Haddon guy.
Yeah, probably. Although Brand only lost in MMA is against Peyton Talbot, but funny thing is, Haddon's only losses against Steve Ertzek. So,
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was going to say of the five underdogs, who is the best chance to win? You think Imperado?
Yeah.
I was thinking Pitlick, to be honest with you. I think maybe one of the two Canadian guys will win. I'm hoping, Marcel.
Mm-hmm.
We need Canadian prospects.
I like them both, so would be fun.
Yeah, I hope one of them gets in the UFC, but I'm just not sure. I mean, I hate to pick against the guys, but yeah. Anyways, I think it's really chalky, Zach. I think probably most of them win. Unlike last week where I saw some underdogs, but yeah. He sure is, man. He's definitely not completely clean. All right, Marcel, I think we should just end the podcast. We've been talking for a while, and I'm pretty good to go. So we appreciate all you guys obviously joining us tonight, Sunday night, and hope you guys have a great week. And we'll be back next week, Marcel. We're going to preview UFC. Or no, we're going to recap UFC Vegas 96 and not preview anything. We had a week off, so I'm looking forward to that. So we'll probably do it next Sunday, Marcel. We'll do that. Yeah. And then to finish the last comment, who do you think's best prospect? I mean, Oof, I don't
If
even
you
know.
ask me on the whole contender series, probably Austin
Finney,
Bashi.
right? Oh, Bashi's really good. I was thinking on this card, Finney. I was thinking probably towards Finney. On this
Yeah, I
card.
like Finney as well.
And then last question, by the way, do you know if Hakeem Dawater is going to fight in Edmonton? I would imagine, right?
He wants to fight in Edmonton, but I don't
Calgary.
know if why not?
Yeah. All right, guys, have a great week.
It's pretty close, right?
Yeah, it's very close, like an hour away. Okay. Guys, have a great week. We'll talk to you guys soon. All right, take care. Bye.